Yusuf, Fahad.
What's
Hmm.
good?
I guess technically, I mean, I didn't really recommend this movie. I just thought we should do it because it seems to be a little hyped right now.
It's yeah, it's hitting that point, right? We're getting to that point of the year. Even though Oscars are delayed, the Oscar type movies are going to start rolling out. And I mean, I think this is probably going to be one of them. It's already got some, discussion around it. So, it's a good time to start evaluating the stuff that all the big critics are going to be evaluating.
Yeah, so of course, the movie we're talking about actually is called Sound of Metal. It's a movie about a heavy metal drummer named Ruben Stone, played by Riz Ahmed, and he suddenly is faced with hearing loss and having to deal with that. Now, I don't know like what year. So it says 2019 on most websites, and it was released at the Toronto Film Festival last year in 2019. But it's like strange to me that it was released like almost a year, over a year later on Amazon Prime.
Hmm.
But in any case, this movie is available on Amazon Prime.
I think that's yeah. So it's weird because yeah, technically it's listed as a 2019 movie, but I think it didn't get a theatrical release until very recently. So yeah, huge gap between when it actually aired in the festivals and when it actually hit screens, and that is going to affect its Oscar eligibility. So yeah, I don't know why they made that decision. I honestly
Probably
can't
has
tell
to
you.
do with
Maybe yeah,
COVID.
COVID, I guess, right? And probably a movie that is about somebody losing their hearing, and we'll discuss how they demonstrate that, but the theater experience, I would guess, would be a little bit different. So maybe
Oh,
unideal that
yeah,
Amazon kind of had to just push this out on Prime Video, right? Although I
yeah.
assume it's available in theater somewhere, but large majority of people are going to be watching this at home.
Yusuf, why do you say the experience will be different?
Well, can I comment on that actually? Because
Yeah.
let me tell you how I actually watched this. I actually watched like 45 minutes on my own on my laptop, headphones in, and then I had family over at my place, and we decided to just sit down and actually watch it. And then we watched it like on the big screen TV, sound system and everything. And it's actually way better with headphones. Way better.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So, probably I would say two things. Maybe one, just the quality of the sound, but also like your immersion into it. Did you feel that?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly 100%. You missed so much I realized in the first 45 minutes that I didn't pick up watching it on my big TV, which I was picking up watching it with headphones on my laptop.
Yeah, and I think this movie is basically going to try to put you somewhat in the headspace of somebody who is having trouble with their
Yep.
hearing, and you need to be able to make very fine distinctions in order to really pick that up. And
Yeah, there's a lot of
there's a lot of
nuance to
nuance,
the
yes,
sound.
definitely, and also part of it is that there's a large degree where I think the silence also plays a role, and so you lose that if you're at home and kind of a noisy environment, kind of listening where there's a lot of just ambient noise. Even at home on headphones, I don't think you're quite going to get the experience that you would get with the immersive experience you'd get in a theater, I suppose. And this is obviously I'm just kind of guessing here because I haven't had the opportunity to watch this in theaters, but I think that basically the original intention for the sound is going to be a little bit lost, kind of depending on what equipment you got at home and what exact setting you're watching it in. So I think
Hmm.
that's kind of where I
Yeah.
feel, Fahad, we might be losing something here.
Gotcha.
All right, so high level, what did you
Hmm.
guys think about this movie and would you recommend it for others to watch?
I thought it was a solid B plus movie, and yeah, I'd recommend it to others.
I think I'd recommend it too. I think it has a good message. I think it was overall pretty engaging, and there's at least a couple things that you can really enjoy in this movie. Shout out to Riz Ahmed, man. I think he is a pretty phenomenal actor. Maybe he tends towards specific roles that he's really good at, but like I just do think when he, what I've seen him perform in, he really does hit it really well. I think he did a really good job with the portrayal here because he has to do a lot with less dialogue and more just kind of his
Raw emotions, right?
exactly his emotions, his expressions, all of that. And I think that's kind of where he shines. So I thought this
Hmm.
movie was a good one for him, and I think so. If you've seen him in something and you've appreciated his acting, I think this is another one where you can go in and expect to see something from him.
Hmm. This movie, it's a quiet and well observed movie, and it reminds me of a few others. If you do end up enjoying it, check out the movie Patterson. It's directed by Jim Jarmusch. It's got some similar things going on for it.
You're not going to mention Diving Bell and Butterfly in the Butterfly
Nah,
movie?
it's too old. Our audience is probably
It's too old.
I don't know. I don't know who our audience is.
What do you think our audience is?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, if you do like this movie, I guess you should watch The Diving Bell and the Butterfly. Actually, the main actor in that is in this film as well.
Mm-hmm. There's a few connections.
Yeah, and there's definitely a few connections in terms of the themes as well that overlap.
Yeah.
I more or less agree with everything Yusuf just said in terms of what to look for when you watch this movie and how to watch it.
Oh, did you mention sound isolating headphones?
I didn't mention that. I just said
Okay,
headphones.
yeah, good enough.
What do you mean by sound isolating?
And
do you
to
mean
cut out
noise
ambient
canceling?
noise,
active
noise canceling. Yeah,
active
yeah,
noise
yeah.
cancellation?
Either active
Okay.
or passive. They both work.
All right, that's our official recommendation. Watch this movie in the dark by yourself, sound canceling headphones. The closest you can get to one of those, what are those tanks called, where they just like pretty much turn off all your sensory deprivation. If you can watch this in a sensory deprivation chamber, that would be ideal. But just get as close to that as you can, and enjoy. Prime Video.
Yeah. Yep. Prime Video.